how to deal with school stress. So 2 years ago, I had one of the biggest, if not the biggest exam of my life to this point. It's one of the biggest exams. It's a very big exam. I'm not really gonna explain it right because I don't want to waste your time, but it's basically an exam that determines if I will get onto the next grade or not, basically. So it's a very, very big exam, right? And I had like basically 3 months to study for that exam, and every single day I wouldn't study. I would just come here and record these videos because I just hated studying, right? And on like another channel, basically, not this channel. And the thing is, I remember like I was at a point where there were only 3 weeks until my exam, my big exam. And it's a very big exam. Like all my friends are studying, all my friends are like paying attention and things like that. And I didn't do anything. I didn't study anything. And I remember I sat on a chair in like living room, holding my phone, looking at the details of the exam, like on a message, with so much stress, like insane amounts of stress. Like looking at that and just filled with like, what the hell am I gonna do in 3 weeks? Like people say this is one of the hardest exams I'm ever gonna do. What the hell am I gonna do? And I just told myself, you know what? Like it took me a while, but I told myself, you know what, bro? All you're gonna do, all you have to do is just follow your school routine. That's all you have to do. Just follow your school routine. And in my school routine, I have 1 hour of studying for school. That's all I told myself. And I did that. And every single day I would meditate, journal, work out, and I would study. I actually started studying. I actually started, watching YouTube videos about the exam, opening up PowerPoints, things like that, right? And kept studying, kept doing my self-improvement, and all the school stress just went away. And I actually did the exam. And I did the exam twice. Like we have like an exam for first quarter, and an exam for second quarter, and an exam for fourth quarter. And I passed, like thanks to God, but I passed, right? All because I followed my routine. Now, there are basically 3 things that made me never worry or stress about school ever again. And wait till the end, because the third thing is the most powerful. Now, the first thing that made me never worry about school or stress about school ever was studying for 1 hour a day. And I know this is like no shit, man. Like of course, like you have to study. Of course, you're stressing because you're studying. But this, like no joke. Like I'm a bit dumb on this, but I forget this all the time. Like I just feel like, man, what am I gonna do? I'm stressed. And then I ask myself, like, did you study? I'm like, no. And well, there you have it. Like, because you didn't study, you didn't do. Alex Hormozi has this amazing quote, which is, the heaviest things in life are iron and gold, but unmade decisions. You are stressed right now because you have decisions to make and you're not making them. And that was the situation I was in, is because I had a decision to make. I had to study, I had to do something, and I wasn't doing them. And that was heavier than iron and gold. That stress was heavier than iron and gold. And I know, like, this is just like pure common sense, but I realized, bro, like, every time I studied, I would have no stress and wouldn't worry about the exam, any exam at all, because I already studied. I did what I'm supposed to do. I made the decisions. But the thing is, if I didn't study, well, of course, I would worry a lot. I would worry and stress, because I will be unprepared. And this is not just in like school and exams and studying and anything like that. This is in everything. Like, I always like to give this example, like a bodybuilder. Imagine if you are a bodybuilder and you're going to Mr. Olympia, right? And you have this like really good physique. But one thing, you didn't work out 6 weeks prior. You know, you have like the 6 weeks, the 6 to 8 weeks to prep for the Mr. Olympia. You didn't train at all, you didn't eat healthy, you didn't do anything. Of course, before the Olympia, you're gonna stress and just, you're gonna worry so much because you will be unprepared, right? Same thing with like a boxer. Like a boxer, for example, if he doesn't train before a fight, of course he's gonna worry. Same thing with like running, same thing with everything in the world. If we're not prepared, we're gonna be stressed and we're gonna be worried. So all I did to stop worrying and stressing about school and exams and things like that, all I did was I just put 1 hour of study a day in my routine. And from that day, I never worried or stressed about school ever, right? Because I would like study like very shallowly, right? But when I actually did like 1 hour, I would be like, I studied, I did my 1 hour of studying. What's gonna happen? I did what I'm supposed to do, right? And people argue like, that's not enough, that's not enough. Well, I don't care, honestly, and I have better things to do. For me, of course, self-improvement and creating content are infinitely more important than any school or any studying or anything of that concern, basically. But of course, like when I didn't do my 1 hour of studying and finishing my assignments and things like that a day, of course I would worry and stress because I was unprepared, basically. So the first thing is adding 1 hour of studying to my routine. That really, really helped. The second thing is self-improvement habits. This is probably the biggest thing, honestly. Like this and studying are the biggest things, all right? Bro, I promise you, I can't tell you how many times I would come back from school stressed, sad, worried, angry, hate my life, just hate the world, like someone told me something bad, someone hurt me, you know, just something really terrible happened. Right? So many times this happens to me. And I would do my habits, just follow my routine, just tell myself, do a routine, and instantly feel happy, feel fulfilled, feel peaceful, and go to sleep without any worry or stress because I do my self-improvement habits. And I always love to say this, and this is what I believe, honestly. I honestly believe that self-improvement solves 99% of all problems. And of course, school stress, self-improvement solves it. And the self-improvement habits are basically meditation, which is you focus on the breath, and when your mind wanders, you focus back on the breath. Helps you become more focused and happy, and lowers your stress significantly. It makes you very peaceful and calm. Second habit is journaling, where you write down how you feel, you ask questions about the world, you write what you're grateful for. Of course, makes you happy, makes you fulfilled as well. Third habit, working out / yoga. Working out / yoga, basically exercise. Of course, exercise destroys stress as well. And the fourth habit is reading. Reading also helps you sleep, improves your sleep, improves, you know, your mood, makes you calm, makes you peaceful. These 4 habits, meditation, journaling, working out / yoga, and reading, these 4 habits are literally stress killers. They literally like destroy stress. They destroy like completely. I'm telling you, this is from my personal experience. They destroy stress. All right, so the first thing is 1 hour of studying, so studying. Second thing, self-improvement habits. And the third thing, and basically you probably know it at this point, which is basically what I've been talking about the whole video, all right, is, you guessed it, routine. Honestly, literally the single most powerful thing in all of self-improvement is routine. Literally the single most powerful weapon that absolutely kills school stress completely is a self-improvement routine. And I'm telling you this from what I've learned from all the books I've read and from my personal experience as well. Bro, a self-improvement routine that has you studying and doing self-improvement kills stress, kills it. Now, I'm just gonna tell you my routine so you can get like an idea of what a routine looks like. So basically my routine is, I call it the school routine for me. Basically, I go to school at 7 a.m. and I come back at 3 p.m. All right? So from 3 to 4, I meditate, and I meditate and journal actually in the car. My mom takes me, God bless my mom. But the school's like an hour away. So basically meditate and journal in the car, come back home, record a video. That's the first thing I do. I take a shower first and then change my clothes and then record a video. All right? Then that's like 4 to 5 p.m. From 5 to 6 I eat lunch because I'm probably very hungry by now. And from 6 to 7 I hit a hard workout. 7 to 8 or workout or yoga basically, or shadow boxing. From 7 to 8, when I finish the workout, I finish my assignments, which is the 1 hour of schoolwork. And then I eat dinner. Yeah, I eat dinner from 8 to 9, and then from 9 to 10 reading, and then 10 I go to sleep. That's my routine basically. And all you need to do is just, you look at like the time, basically like all I did was I looked at the time I came back from school and then made a routine from there on. It's like a normal routine, but you just look at the time you come back from school. For me it's 4 p.m. Or actually 3 p.m. because like if we include the time in like the car basically, but for me it's 4 p.m. For you it might be 4 p.m. 4 to 5 meditate and journal, 5 to 6 record videos, 6 to 7 eat lunch, right? 7 to 8 finish assignments, 8 to 9 eat dinner, 9 to 10 read and then go to sleep. Simple. Alright? And this is literally the most powerful weapon to destroy stress, is a routine, because we as humans, we love being systemized. We love being in like a system. We love doing things like over and over again. The body doesn't like change. So when we do something over and over again, it makes us feel peaceful, it makes us feel calm, or at least me at least, right? But this is for humans in general, right? And the beauty of a routine is it basically mixes the two most powerful things, which are self-improvement habits and studying, of course. It mixes them both and organizes them according to your time, which is amazing, honestly, and kills school stress completely. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, like in the beginning I didn't have a routine. Even when I was like in self-improvement, all I did was just like train at home. That's all I did. But then like I said, it was very hard for me in the beginning when I made the routine from like 4 till 10 basically. It was very hard for me, not gonna lie, very, very hard. But then I kept doing it. I didn't give up. And then I got used to it. And then it just became natural. And now I just can't come back from school and not do my routine because of how long I've been doing it, right? So I know it will be hard at the beginning, but then it will be very easy, right? Literally a self-improvement routine, whether it's a weekend routine, a full-on routine, or a school routine, a self-improvement routine gave me everything I want ever. Everything comes from a routine. Knowledge from books, peak mental health, physical health from the gym, right? You maximize the 4 core traits: looks, money, status, personality. So of course you get girls, right? You delay gratification, confidence, happiness, fulfillment. What else? Making money, having influence. Everything comes from routine. And the thing is, like, I'm in a period right now where like I'm always a student. I'll always be a student, where I listen to Alex Hormozi, Charlie Morgan, Hamza, all these guys, right? Iman Gadzi. I listen to all these guys, and literally everything they say just comes down to do your routine. Just get back to your routine. That's all it is. It just comes back to do. Like Alex Ramosi always says, just do. So I got everything from a routine, honestly. And all I did was I grabbed a pen, paper, and I wrote from 4 to 5, eat lunch. From 5 to 6, meditate and journal. From 6 to 7, just my school routine. That's all I did. And I hung it up on the wall. Basically, all I did was write my perfect day. That's all I did. Wrote it on the paper and stuck it up on my wall. And I just told myself, you know what, man? If you follow it to the best of your ability, right? Follow it to the best of it. You don't have to do it perfectly, right? Because I'm just starting. And of course, everything I'm gonna start, I'm gonna suck at in the beginning. It just makes total sense because we're humans, right? But I just told myself, you don't have to do it perfect. I cannot give up. That's the thing. I will never give up. But I also don't have to do it perfectly. So if I come back from school and do my routine and miss something, basically miss reading, for example, that's like 80% of my routine. So I got 80% of the perfect day, of the benefits of a routine, of all the benefits I listed and more. So that's just amazing. So this is what made me stop worrying about school. All it is just study, self-improvement habits, and a self-improvement routine. That's it. Now, a bonus tip that really helps me personally, and I got it actually from this book right here, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. This book right here, it's a really good book, by the way. Like, if you're like a person who worries like me, you will like it, right? It's also by Dale Carnegie, the guy who wrote How to Influence People, which is like my favorite book of all time. But basically, what I got is, and this is even more true now, that there are tons and tons of studies that show that actually praying to God makes us stress way lower. Makes our stress way lower and our worrying way lower. Now I know if you're an atheist, if you don't believe in God, I totally understand, right? And this is not a religious channel, right? But just like using it for like a way to stop worrying is so powerful. To use it for a way to just stop stressing and worrying is so powerful. Even if you don't believe in God, it's so powerful. Because praying, it combines a lot of things. It makes you talk to someone, makes you leave it on someone else, right? So it puts the responsibility off of you and on someone else, which is God, right? And you're sharing your problems with someone, which is so beneficial to us. So basically, just if you believe in God, just leave it on God, and that's one of the ways for me personally, as like a Christian, as someone who believes in God, that really helped me as well, right? This is what made me stop stressing about school. Try it, change your life, and as always, we're in this together, and we will make it.